On our coldest August day in 59 years, we lined up for a shot. Tonight we asked the Premier live, what's our 6 million jab reward? A woman in her 30s found dead with COVID at her home near Penrith. A staggered return and mandated jabs for teachers. What is on the table to get kids back into the classroom? Snow, severe winds, torrential rain, and our wild weather bomb is not done yet. And with 2 rounds before the finals, we'll tell you who are NRL contenders and who are pretenders.
This is 9 News with Peter Overton.
Good evening. The Premier asked for 6 million jabs by the end of August, and tonight more than 6,080,000 have been delivered. With the milestone comes the promise of a restriction reward, and there is frenzied speculation about what freedoms we could be granted.
Compare the pair. A Premier dangling the carrots of eased restrictions for some. Now we've reached 6 million jabs.
And I look forward to making that announcement on Thursday or Friday this week as to what fully vaccinated people will be able to do from the month of September because of the target that we've set.
And a Chief Health Officer trying to manage expectations in an ongoing pandemic.
It's not to say you're not going to have to calibrate and respond. Your level of restrictions, what you permit. It may be that we actually have indoor mask wearing for years, and this virus may throw us curveballs. There may be, we've got the Delta variant. God help us if we have another variant.
In a city divided by curfews and differing burdens of restrictions, the mixed messages are providing little comfort.
Both hands is tied up, can't do anything.
People here in Western Sydney are miserable, and they're sick of this. We need clear, simple messages, clear, simple rules, and we need a clear, simple plan that tells everybody when they can get back to work and when their kids can get back to school.
As clocks struck 9 last night, the shutters came down in 12 local government areas, now under a curfew and even stricter lockdown restrictions. From Liverpool to Fairfield, Blacktown and Strathfield to Campsie. Empty streets aside from the occasional police patrol, local residents heeding the warnings to stay inside. If these are the sticks, the carrots come with higher vaccination rates, promised, but we'll have to wait to hear what they are.
We need to hold the course. I understand that everyone is fatigued and tired, but it is incredibly important that as we increase vaccine coverage, we do all we can to prevent further transmission.
In those 12 council areas of concern, 300,000 people have already made forward bookings to get vaccinated. This was outside the Bankstown PCYC today. Even in the rain and cold, an inspiring line of people stretching around the block, eager for a vaccination. Sounding more like a televangelist, Dr. Chant urged even more to come forward.
This is your opportunity for those LGAs to have access to a beautiful experience in getting vaccinated.
Sadly, there was one death, a 30-year-old woman who died at her home at Emerton in our west. She's the 75th person to die in this current outbreak. There were 753 new local cases, down 65 from yesterday. So, have we hit the peak in this wave?
Oh, can I just say, one day is not a trend.
It's 2 days and it will come down.
No. We're in here for the long course. I would love to believe that we're on the trend down. That would just give me joy.
In that, Kerry Chant would hardly be alone. Eddie Meyer, 9 News.
We've hit the target of 6 million jabs, but we're still waiting to find out what the Premier's long-promised reward will be. Our state politics reporter Liz Daniels is with me in the studio. Liz, Crisis Cabinet will debate the measure tomorrow.
That's right, Pete. And Gladys Berejiklian has persisted with this incentive even as cases soared. But given a major crackdown was only announced on Friday, some within Crisis Cabinet fear releasing a new freedom sends the wrong message. There are also concerns it will be so selective struggling businesses will miss out, as could hotspot areas. Regardless, the options for consideration tomorrow include allowing hairdressers, beauticians and/or nail salons to operate as long as both staff and customers are fully vaccinated. In many ways, though, the more critical issue is getting kids safely back to school. Classrooms have been virtually empty for more than 8 weeks now. Less than 5% of students are being dropped at the gates, and yet today another 4 schools were closed for cleaning after COVID exposures. From Waterloo to Doonside, Granville and Sherwood Grange, the alerts went out as questions linger over when children will be back learning face-to-face.
Clearly, in any return to school program, there will need to be some sort of staggered approach.
That is the basis of a plan to be put before Crisis Cabinet tomorrow, suggesting kindergarten to Year 2 go back first, along with Year 11s, when vaccination rates hit 70%, which is likely to happen early next term. Any return would be contingent on COVID-safe restrictions. Education and health teams have been working on the model, but the Chief Health Officer declared just yesterday it would be premature to decide when students can go back, tying the safety of schools to the vaccination of children.
Kids aren't vaccinated at the moment, so teachers are going to have to be, and in order to protect them, there will need to be changes made.
The Premier was asked today if that could mean forcing teachers to get the jab.
In all categories of workers that we've encouraged back to the workplace, we've said you have to be vaccinated. And when we outline our schools plan towards the end of this week, we'll be able to talk about that.
Year 12s are already allowed back on campus for up to 2 hours a day to help them prepare to sit the HSC, but not in the local government areas of concern. The good news, as many as 16 of the 20,000 hotspot students answered the call for priority vaccination and will be fully inoculated by the time exams start in 8 weeks. Liz Daniels, 9 News.
And the Premier Gladys Berejiklian joins me. Premier, good evening to you. I suppose I represent the hundreds of thousands of mums and dads and kids on the couch watching right now. Please give me and them something tonight about what age groups and when they'll be able to return to the classroom.
Peter, can I say that is what causes me the greatest stress, is making sure that we can get kids back to school as safely as possible. And I just want to say thank you to all the parents and school communities that are doing it tough at the moment. But we'll have something to say about that at the end of the week. Getting kids back in a safe way is an absolute priority for us. But we also know the Delta strain is affecting children in a different way that other strains of COVID did. And that's why we need to be really careful when we release our plans. But we want to provide parents and kids, students, as much certainty as soon as we can.
Yes, we certainly need that. Now you have breaking news on vaccinations.
Yeah, we're really excited. Not only have we passed the 6 million milestone, but we're really calling upon anyone between the ages of 16 and 39 to go on newsouthwales.gov.au and book your jab. You can get in as early as tomorrow or the day after. So anybody in southwestern or western Sydney who lives in and around those suburbs that we're especially worried about, you get priority. Log on newsouthwales.gov.au, get the jab, get your booking, and it'll be safer for all of us, including yourself and your loved ones. And that's how we can control the spread, but also get to our 70% double dose, which is the next milestone. So we've ticked off the 6 million milestone, and we'll have something to say about what that means for our citizens soon. And the next target we've set ourselves is that 70%. OK, well, all this speculation almost teasing us about potential September freedoms. What can we expect? I think we need something positive to go to bed with tonight.